man. We had to take a little hiatus. We're back at it.
He had to take a hiatus.
You feel kind of jealous. You sound kind of jealous, but I'll let that one slide. We had to take. We took a little hiatus. You know, my guy held it down. While we were here. While I was gone. Sorry. You know, for those that it's their first time watching, welcome. Bonafide Takeover Sports. You're here with your host T-Wil, the People's Coach, and your other host Bold Barry,
the boldest man alive, keeping it original again.
We just went back to all right, cool. You know, so I'm happy for one reason in particular. Those that know me know that my favorite player for a long time has been, formerly number one. The year in New York, I'm not even gonna talk about that. But my guy D Rose,
it was a solid year, man.
The sarcasm, I feel it, but it's cool. But my guy D Rose is back in the news for now, finally for a positive reason. Are we gonna do slander this whole episode? That was gonna happen.
We talking D Rose, man.
I'm just saying
positive stuff.
Yeah,
like, okay.
I mean, my guy's finally in the news. He's the talk of the right now. He's the talk of the town in terms of where's he gonna go. First they were talking about the Spurs. Then the Bucks came up. Yep. That actually sounded kind of weird, but I was going to let that one slide. The Bucks came up. Now, the newest thing is about the bidding war between the Cavs and the Lakers and the reunion, the hometown return.
They want the hometown kid. They want him back.
My thing is, if that man goes back, I got two pieces. If that man goes back home after they disrespected him for the bag.
It's definitely for the bread.
But how much do you think he will make if he went back home?
If he goes back home, I can see him getting like 19 to 20 just because he's going back home and he's going to want that money because that's the issue right now is that he wants money. He wants to get paid.
Okay, I think the 19 to 20 is the base pay and then the disrespect pay on top of that. The disrespect pay on top of that should at least be about another 5 to 6,000.
So he should be a max guy.
Yeah, so
he should be a max guy pretty much. You know?
That's going to lead into our other segment we're going to have a conversation about. But, I think he can get a little bit more than that just because that's where the
more than 17, 19?
Yeah. J.J. Redick got 25.
I mean, it's true, but, J.J. Redick also played a career without being hurt for the last, 6 years. And dying because his knees always hurt.
Can we have a D Rose episode where we are positive?
This is a part of the positive light. Because good that teams want him.
But I mean, I get it, but it's just like D Rose. Okay, I'm gonna talk about his New York season just for a little bit. I feel like people's expectations of D Rose, we have to kind of understand that he's not who he is anymore. He won't be that D Rose anymore. Everyone's kind of they're want these MVP expectations for him. He's not that D Rose anymore. He's still a good NBA player. He still holds it down, puts up good stats, and so to look at him that way, he can help a team. If he goes to the Cavs or the Lakers, I'm no longer going to be a fan of him. I'm just going to when I seen that initially, I really couldn't root for this man when he was on the Knicks because Boston Knicks, they ain't rocking. But the Cavs, I feel like they just like I seen you talk about. They're just
getting all the has-beens. No disrespect to your man D Rose. I mean, at this point, LeBron is suiting up for all these. Well, not LeBron at this point because he's supposed to be disappointed. But the Cavs are just suiting up all these guys that are has-beens and that's overpiling at the same position too. This is another point guard where once again this doesn't make LeBron happy. He needs a playmaker. And Derrick Rose, last time I checked, put up I think 4 or 5 assists this year, and I think over his career put up 6 at best.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not a facilitator, point blank period. So that's not what you need. And I mean, I guess that's an upgrade from Deron Williams, but I don't like that fit at all. And then I keep seeing people being like, "Hey, he's good off the bench," and I mean, Derrick Rose, he's been hurt for the past 4 or 5 years with the knee issues and everything, but this guy is not a bench player yet. He's nowhere close to a bench player.
He's not.
That's disrespectful for real.
If anything, you got to throw him at the 2.
He's just not a max player. That's it.
And just act like, so you got to throw him at the 2 or the 1 and then act like, okay, you got to put Kyrie and him next to Kyrie and just hope that works out. Like with the Chris Paul, James Harden situation.
Do the Pelicans things, get Rondo and Drew Holiday as the combo guards.
I feel like that's a little bit different because they had Drew Holiday at the 2 for a little bit. And they, they trying to figure that out. Last year, they played Drew Holiday a little bit at the 2 with Tim Frazier. And they, they made that happen for us. So it's not something that...
We'll see what happens. Rondo's a good facilitator, so we'll see.
So back to the D-Rose point. Kyrie can play too, because that's what he wants to be. And
at the end of the day, but this is 2 guys now that have a 2-guard type of game.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't think that move works best for him. Honestly, if we really look at it too, the move that makes the most sense is Chicago at the end of the day, to be real. Even though they disrespected the man and chose Jimmy, who is no longer there, over him, it's still the best fit for him for many reasons. For one, the hometown kid, you're playing with Wade, which I feel like that should have been happening back when the Heat drafted Beasley instead of Derrick Rose, or however that went. I forgot now at this point. I think Rose went 1. And then Beasley went 2.
No, Beasley went to the Timberwolves and he went to the Heat later.
That's right. I forgot all that stuff happened. But either way, I feel like there was a time where they could have had Derrick Rose at that point. They missed out somehow, some way. But either way, Derrick Rose, he's gonna stay in Chicago. He's going back because he's just gonna get paid. That's really what he wants. He said this from the moment he was showcasing his skills in New York, even though he kind of had a hiatus and was like, yeah, I kind of got lost and forgot to go to a game and forgot to work. But he's gonna get paid there because it's all about the money.
Yeah, the bag.
Yep.
I would have preferred him going to the Timberwolves, because I just feel like before they got Jeff Teague, I just feel like he fits.
He fits, but that goes back to, once again, they got Butler. Him and Butler didn't get along. That's why they broke up in the first place.
I feel like people fed into that a little bit too much. I don't know.
This man Jimmy Butler was out here disrespecting Derrick Rose, saying all this stuff after he got that MIP award. Like, he was disrespecting Derrick Rose, talking about his work ethic and everything, like openly saying this stuff. So I can't, you can't see that working out there, especially now that he's already got the speculation of being Hollywood and everything. Yeah. Him and Derrick Rose weren't gonna work in that out there.
And then just all these situations, like, all right, I'm just looking at Derrick Rose the player. All these situations, none of them really seem like a fit. None of them really, because he seems like he needs to be on a team where he can have the ball.
Just because they don't have a point guard, and then that system isn't ran off of not ball movement, but it's not ran off of like a dominant player. Like, he could work within that system based off the fact that he has a skill level too. He can fill in that Parker role, who Parker's going to be out till probably January. That's a good fit, and he's not selfish, though he does put up four assists a game. But
he's one of them guys that shows that he can be the team guy when he needs to be, if you force him to be. Well, however. But let's transition now into a conversation. Since we were talking about D-Rose, granted he's not in that category anymore, but we can segue into the idea of what is a superstar. I feel like that word is getting thrown around way too much. Yeah, way too much. And we're just trying to figure out what is a superstar. So we're going to kind of break that down. So please stay tuned. In our next episode, we're going to run over that. So appreciate you all watching. I'll catch y'all next time.